Hello and good evening, our beloved viewers. You are watching on Live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the major stories. Discussing on strengthening cooperation. And on the exam quick-off in center across the capital and regions. For the international news, Iran, the disturbance in Strait of Hormuz are severely disrupting the economy. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, head of government, signed a presidential decree appointing a mediator of the Republic. According to the provision of the decree, Qasim Harun Ali is appointed mediator of the Republic. And now for the national news, assured by the President of the National Assembly, Dileita Mohammed Dileita, the conference assured of a parliamentary committee convened today Sunday in accordance with the Article 21 of the Rule of Procedures. Detail in this report.
Chaired by the Speaker of the National Assembly, His Excellency Dileita Mohammed Dileita, the President's Conference convened on Sunday, May 31st, in accordance with Article 21 of the Assembly's Rules of Procedure. The government was represented by the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed and Minister of Justice and Penitentiary Affairs, Keeper of the Seals in charge of Human Rights and Relations with the Parliament, Ali Hassan Bahdan. The meeting also brought together the first and second Vice Presidents of the National Assembly, parliamentary group leaders, chairpersons of the standing committees, and the general reporter. Opening the session, Speaker Dileita Mohammed Dileita congratulated Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed on behalf of the National Assembly following the renewal of confidence placed in him by the head of state in his reappointment as head of government. He also extended his best wishes to Minister Ali Hassan Bahdan in his new responsibilities, particularly.
And now the Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Moussa Tewali, received today under the Secretary General of the United Nations Assistant Administrator and Director of Regional Office of Arab States, who is on working visit to Djibouti. Detail with our colleague Hidayah Mohammed.
As part of ongoing efforts to deepen cooperation between Djibouti and the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP), Dr. Abdallah Al-Dardari, United Nations Assistant Secretary General, Assistant Administrator, and Director of the Regional Bureau of Arab States, has undertaken a second multi-day working visit to the country. Earlier today, Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Moussa Tewali, received the senior UN official for talks focused on shared priorities and the strengthening of cooperation between Djibouti and the UNDP. Discussions highlighted the strong partnership established in recent years, with the Ministry of Economy and Finance playing a central role in several flagship initiatives supported by the UNDP. These include the Rising Djibouti Initiative, the Third Generation National Development Plan, the SDG Investor Map, the Integrated National Financing Framework, the Transparency and Accountability Project implemented in partnership with the Inspectorate General of Finance, the program in green bond issuance, among other strategic development projects. The meeting also explored opportunities for South-South cooperation, particularly with Jordan, through a partnership involving AG Fund. In this regard, Minister Tewali expressed Djibouti's interest in advancing the initiative by drawing inspiration from the successful experience of the Dead Sea Special Economic Zone, widely recognized for its contribution to regional economic development. The two sides discussed concrete avenues for collaboration, notably in the hospitality sector and the development of the salt value chain. The possibility of organizing a study visit to Jordan was also raised in order to learn from successful experiences and best practices. Both parties agreed on the need to conduct a comprehensive feasibility study to structure the partnership and to organize a technical exchange mission. In this context, Dr. Al-Dardari's role was highlighted as a key facilitator in strengthening South-South cooperation between Djibouti and Jordan, further reinforcing ties between the two countries in support of sustainable development.
In his address, the Minister of Finance, Ilyas Moussa Dawali, expressed his interest in developing this initiative, drawing inspiration from the Dead Sea Special the economic zone model, which has proven successful in the region's economic development, said the minister. Today, we are pleased to welcome our friends Abdallah Al-Dardari, under the Secretary General of United Nations, who is undertaken a working visit to Djibouti. During our meeting, we discussed several topics on common interests, including Djibouti's economic development and the promotion of investment, but also the effort to combat unemployment and foster job creation. This visit, said the minister, demonstrates the strength of partnership between Djibouti and United Nations, as well as our shared commitment in inclusive and sustainable growth for the benefit of our people, conclude the minister. Indeed, the Minister of Economic and Finance, Ilyas Moussa Dawali, held an important meeting with the Under-Secretary General of United Nations. During this meeting, the two sides discussed a number of issues of common interest and ways to enhance cooperation between United Nations Development Programme and Djibouti. As a key partner of United Nations Development Programme, the Minister of Economic and Innovation has played a pivotal role in the programme's significant achievement in recent years. These include Djibouti Renaissance Initiative, the Third Generation National Development Plan, and the Sustainable Development Goals Investor is MAP and Integrated National Financial Framework. Now, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training inspected the progress of completion of the preparatory stage examination. Detail with our colleague Hidayah Mohammed.
The 2026 session of the Basic Education Certificate (BEF) examinations officially got underway this morning across the country, with 11,433 candidates taking part in the nationwide assessment. From the early hours of the day, examination centers in the capital and regional districts welcomed 90th grade students in a calm and disciplined atmosphere. Candidates sat their first papers, including mathematics and French, under the supervision of educational and administrative teams deployed to ensure the smooth conduct of the examinations. As part of the efforts to monitor the organization of the exams, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, accompanied by a high-level delegation, conducted an inspection tour of several examination centers in the capital. The visit began at Fukuzawa Middle School, where the minister and his delegation were received by the school administration. They toured examination rooms and administrative offices to verify that all logistical and organizational arrangements were in place to guarantee the proper conduct of the tests. The delegation then visited the Hayel, Said Ombuli, and Omblaus Middle School. At each center, the minister reviewed examination procedures and held discussions with educational officials and center supervisors regarding the progress of the exams. At the conclusion of the tour, the minister expressed his satisfaction with the overall organization of the examinations and noted that all centers visited were operating under optimal conditions. He also confirmed that examinations results will be released according to the schedule initially established by the ministry.
The Minister of Women and Family Affairs pays an introductory visit to Kazaf Women's Empowerment Center. The Minister of Women and Family Affairs, Hana Farah Hassoui, paid an official visit today to the Kazaf Women's Empowerment Center to meet with the staff and beneficiaries. Upon her arrival, the minister was received by the center's director and her team, This visit provided an opportunity for her to speak directly with officials about the center's mission, ongoing activities, and the challenges it faces daily. This visit reflects the ministry's commitment to strengthening relations with local organizations working on women's empowerment and family protection. During the meeting, the minister emphasized the importance of Kazakh central role in women's empowerment and reiterated the government's commitment to supporting initiatives that promote women's independence, dignity, and integration into Djiboutian society. The visit included a tour of the center's various services and discussion with some beneficiaries who share their experience and the support they receive. The day concluded with a joint pledge to continue cooperation in this collaborative effort. The newly appointed Minister of Information, Post and Telecommunication, Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Hilam, paid an inspection visit today, Sunday, at the National Radio and Television Corporation. Detail with our colleague Hidayah Mohammed.
Morning, Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa, the newly appointed Minister of Communication in charge of Posts and Telecommunications, paid his first official visit to the Radio Television of Djibouti, RTD. The visit marks an important step in his introductory tour of institutions under his supervision, reflecting his commitment to gaining first-hand insight into their operations and challenges. Upon his arrival, the minister was welcomed by RTD Director General Aden Abdi Jama, accompanied by the institution's staff. More than a formal reception, the occasion mobilized the entire RTD family, including journalists, presenters, technicians, administrative personnel, and support staff. Warm applause and traditional songs created an atmosphere of enthusiasm and pride, underscoring the staff's strong attachment to their institution. The visit began at the broadcaster's operational hub, the transmission studio. RTD's technical director presented the control rooms and explained the production and broadcasting systems that ensure the continuity of public audiovisual services on a daily basis. The minister listened attentively, asking questions and gaining a deeper understanding of the complex technical infrastructure behind every program aired. The delegation then proceeded to the production studio, where the head of the spy service outlined the various stages involved in content creation from the initial concept to final broadcast. The minister also toured RTD's largest production studio, a strategic facility dedicated to major audiovisual productions. The visit concluded at the television news set, the focal point of the newsroom, where technicians and presenters explain the processes involved in preparing and broadcasting daily news and information to the public.
Indeed, the Minister of Information, Post and Telecommunication, Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Halam, continue his veiled visit to the studios of Djibouti Radio Television Corporation. Detail with our colleague Hidayah Mohammed.
Continuing his inspection tour without interruption, the minister proceeded directly to the radio of Djibouti, further demonstrating his hands-on approach and determination to gain a comprehensive understanding of the institutions operating under his supervision. Upon arrival, he was welcomed by the station's management team, along with technical, editorial, and administrative staff. The visit began with a detailed presentation on the core mission of Radio Djibouti, the country's leading public radio broadcaster and one of the most influential media outlets nationwide. Officials highlighted the station's vital role in informing, educating, and raising awareness among citizens across the national territory, including remote and rural communities where radio remains a primary source of information. The minister was briefed on the station's commitment to public service broadcasting, its efforts to promote national cohesion and cultural diversity, and its contribution to keeping the population informed about major national developments, government initiatives, and issues of public interest.
In a related context, the Minister of Information in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Helam, inspected the larger recording studios, which is one of the institution's most prominent technical facilities. It is used for producing and recording television program, hosting event and talk show, and live broadcasting, making it a cornerstone of the institution's production operation. The minister and his accompanying delegation received a warm welcome where they were greeted by the radio television's musical team, who performed a selection of a song in Somali and Afar. The minister then cut a cake specially prepared for this event, his first visit since assuming the Minister of Information in the cabinet of his assignment, the inauguration of the President of the Republic. The visit concluded with an extensive working session in the office of the Director General for the National Radio and Television, Aden Abdi Jama. This session included a comprehensive presentation outlining the institution's history, its stage of development, and its role in the implementing national media policy and enhancing the country's media presence both domestically and internationally. The presentation also covered the institution's organizational structure, the responsibility of its various departments and division, but also human and technical resources it relies on to carry out its task. In a brief address, the Director General of Radio Television welcomed the Minister of Information once again and expressing his pride in this visit, which reflected the leadership is interest in the national media sector. He affirmed that the cooperation views the coming phase with great optimism, given its promising prospect for enhancing performance and developing the media contact. In his speech, the Minister of Information, Post and Telecommunication, Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa Helam, expressed his deep appreciation for the effort by the staff of the National Radio and Television, praising their sense of responsibility and professionalism in performing their media duties. As part of his tour to the institution affiliated with the Ministry of Trade and Tourism, Mr. Orbis Halef Orbis visit Djibouti Standards and Meteorological Agency, accompanied by a number of his assistants. Upon his arrival, the minister was received by the director of Djibouti Standards and Meteorology Agency, Awale Osman, along with other agency officials and staff. This visit provided the minister with an opportunity to learn about Djibouti Standards and Meteorology Agency's task, activities, and achievement, as well as the challenges it faces in fulfilling its responsibilities related to standards, meteorology, quality, and compliance. During the discussion, the agency director presented the major ongoing project and their development project, the prospect of emphasizing the agency's a strategic role in enhancing the competitiveness of national product and service. The minister commended the agency's team for their effort and reaffirmed his ministry's commitment to supporting the agency in achieving its objective for the country's economic development. The Minister of State for Sport inspect the sports facilities belonging to the Ministry of Sport. The Minister of State for Sport, Fatima Ali Abdullah, conduct a field visit to various sports facilities belonging to the Ministry of Sport, which falls under the jurisdiction of National Sport Promotion Authorities. This authority is responsible for managing sport infrastructure and implementing the ministry's program. This visit took place in the presence of Director General of the National Sport Promotion Authority, Muhammad Umar Ali, the Inspector General of the Ministry, Musa Ali Muhammad, the Technical Advisor, and the Secretary General of the Ministry of Sport, Khadija Ibrahim Idris. The delegation visits several sports facilities and technical service belonging to the National Sport Promotion Authority, including the Haji Hassan Gulay Abtidon Stadium, the National swimming pool and the Directorate of Sports Complex and facilities dedicated to the vocational training and rehabilitation, especially in the King Fahd complex. During this tour, the Secretary of State for Sport assessed the conduction and the condition of various facilities she inquired about their operation, the management system in placing the condition of the equipment and the ongoing sport and administrative activities. This visit also provided her with an opportunity to meet with the manager and the staff on site, focusing on work organization, express need, and the operating but also maintenance condition of the sports facilities. This visit came within the framework of the ongoing monitoring of sports facilities and establishment, in addition to communication with the various entities under the ministry's supervision. This morning at the Sheikh Osman camp, the Chief of General Staff of the Army Forces, Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, shared an important meeting that included all officers of the Djiboutian Army Forces, commander of all regional forces in the interior region, senior official from defense and security institution, as well as representative of non-commissioned officer and soldier from various branch. The meeting began at 7 with the arrival of the Chief of Staff of the Army Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, who conducted a formal review of all the forces present in the country.
Hold on.
Then the Chief of Staff of the Army Forces, Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, addressed the attendees, focusing on three main points, and said it is with a profound sense of duties and responsibility that I address you today here at Camp Sheikh Osman on the occasion of this important meeting that brings together all components of our army forces. First, I wish to emphasize three essential points today, which is the military discipline. It is the foundation of any strong army. Secondly, the cohesion of the forces. Our various units, where land, air, and naval, must act as a single force. Unity of command and solidarity among the components are essential to our operational success. And thirdly, the sense of service of the nation. Serving under the Djiboutian flag is an honor, he said, but also a heavy responsibility. Our primary mission is to protect our country, its institution, and its citizens relentlessly and loyally. I also encourage you to continue your effort in training, operational readiness, and modernization. A modern army is one capable of anticipating, adapting, and responding effectively to all threats. He concludes.
De toutes les institutions, les responsabilités individuelles de chacun.
And then finally, the event concludes with the prayer led by Sheikh Al-Haji Musa, who offer the prayer for the attendees and wish the command to dedication of each and every one of the army, from the highest ranking official to the soldiers in the field of the daily commitment, command, respect, and deserve the recognition of the entire nation.
وأزواجنا وذرياتنا وأجدادنا وجداتنا وأعمامنا وعماتنا وأخوالنا وخالاتنا وإخواننا وأخواتنا ولمشايخنا ولمعلمنا من له حق علينا ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر أمواتنا وأموات المسلمين والرئيس البلد الذي مدفون هنا حسن قولاد يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم احشر مع النبيين والصديقين والشهداء وحسن أولئك الرفيقا. اللهم احفظ بلادنا، اللهم احفظ حدودنا، اللهم احفظ جنودنا، اللهم اصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا ووفقوا لما تحبه وترضاه. اللهم بارك لنا في مدينتنا، اللهم بارك لنا في مدنا، اللهم بارك لنا في ثمرنا يا أرحم الراحمين. لو دبيك يقداف، لو دبيك يقداف، دبيك والديك يقداف، أبياش دبيك يقداف، علماء هكا كواس دبيك يقداف، كيسي هكا كواس دبيك يقداف. إله نور نحرسه، نرتدي بدنتها، نرتدي بدنتها، لو دبيك يقداف، لا تفرع الداعة، داعة وحبك تري ميسو، داعة أنكم عابد حكوتري ميسو، معصية وحكويان ميسو يا رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة في الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. آمين آمين. وصلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحان ربك.
And now moving on to the regional scene in Tanzania, launched the first state of own deep sea fishing vessel to boost blue economy and marine resources development. Tanzania officially launched its first state-owned deep sea fishing vessel, a significant step within its strategy to develop the blue economy and sustainably manage its marine resources. At an official ceremony, Tanzanian authorities confirmed that this initiative aimed to enhance national capabilities in the deep sea fishing sector, which has long been dominated by foreign fleets. The government intended to increase the participation of local stakeholders in exploiting the country's fisheries resources and boost revenue for its for this strategy sector. And now for the international scene, the ongoing disruptions of marine traffic in the Strait of Hormuz continue to cast a heavy shadow over the economic of Iran in southern coastal region, impacting traders, port workers, and those employed in the shipping sector. In Bandar Abbas, the country's main commercial port, the Parisian Gulf, and the wholesaler reports supply chain disruptions and near the good as a direct result of these disruptions. Important export volume have declined significantly, leading to widespread showed the slowdown in commercial activities. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.